Prince William and Catherine will move to Windsor this summer to be closer to the Queen and are even looking at schools in the area, according to The Sun. The Duke and Duchess of Cambridge have so far ruled out Fort Belvedere, which was the home of former King Edward VIII and Wallis Simpson for a few years until his abdication in 1936. Sources tell the outlet that the couple have considered Frogmore Cottage in Windsor Castle's gardens and Adelaide Cottage in Windsor's home park. They have also been said to be looking at schools in Buckinghamshire, Windsor and Surrey, having looked around Lambrook School in Ascot. Earlier this month it was reported that the Queen had decided to make Windsor Castle her permanent home and main residence. The Queen enjoys walking her dogs at the house, which is about a mile from Windsor Castle. Moreover, last month Her Majesty travelled to this residence to spend an afternoon with some of her closest relatives, including the Cambridges and their 3 children, also Princess Beatrice and her baby daughter Sienna Elizabeth. While the Cambridges may be offered an apartment in Windsor Castle, but royal insiders deny that the Cambridges will be given one. The report comes amid reports the Duke and Duchess are looking into schools for son George VIII in Windsor, Buckinghamshire and Surrey. William and Catherine reportedly visited Lambrook School in Ascot for Prince George, who is expected to start studying there soon. According to the report, the couple may want George and Charlotte VI to attend the same school in the future. Among those considered more palatable for the Cambridges, there is Marlborough College in Wiltshire, formerly attended by the Duchess. William and Catherine's desire to relocate to Windsor comes amid concerns the Duke of York may springboard back into public life. A source told The Sun, the need to move to Windsor is growing more and more. Andrew spends a lot of time with the Queen. He lives next door and is always there for her. During the COVID lockdown, the family were glad Andrew was always on hand. There is not a man, woman or child who would not say he had every right to be at Philip's Thanksgiving. But the family have been adamant there's no way back. There are real fears that despite being banished from the firm in January, he is using his closeness to the Queen as a springboard back into public life. Fort Belvedere became the main residence of the future King Edward VIII in 1929, when he was the Prince of Wales. The property was erected after the infamous Jacobite revolt in 1745 in Windsor Great Park near Sunningdale Golf Course and Windsor Castle. Edward liked the Grade II listed country residence converted into a country retreat by King George VII in 1827, where he signed his abdication papers in 1936 after only 11 months on the throne. Edward was forced to give up his position because he insisted on marrying American divorcee Wallis Simpson. Fort Belvedere, which is currently occupied by the billionaire Weston family but is still owned by the Crown Estate, is believed to have been considered by the Duke and Duchess of Cambridge as a base amid reports that they are set to move to Windsor this summer. The fort was built in the 18th century after the failed attempt by young pretender Charles Edward Stuart to gain the throne for his father James Francis Edward Stuart. It was built for Prince William Augustus, who was the younger son of King George II. It once boasted several cannons used in the Jacobite Rising. A dining room and other facilities were added when it was converted into a country retreat by George IV. From then onwards, the fort was used as a saluting battery for royal birthdays and important royal events. Over the decades, the contingent of gunners based at the fort was reduced until the last remaining soldier died in 1910. During Queen Victoria's reign, the building was used as a tea house in the summer months. Edward rescued the building from falling into decay and spent significant sums of his own money to enlarge and improve the original building. He installed a swimming pool, a tennis court, and even a Turkish bath. The future king also had his own aeroplanes and private landing area near the fort, where he held lavish parties. After Edward's abdication, he is reported to have been very upset when his brother, the new king, refused to renew the warrant allowing him to occupy Fort Belvedere. By then, Edward and his new wife, whom he married in 1937, were living in France. Fort Belvedere sat mostly unoccupied for 2 decades after Edward left, but it was utilised as a base for the Office of the Commissioners of Crown Landings during World War II. Gerard Lascelles, grandson of King George V, and afterwards Canadian tycoon Galen Weston lived here. The Weston family, who are close to the royal family, still live there.